Welcome to our presentation hosted by TLT Tomorrow's Leaders Today, Conflict Management in the Workplace. My name is Kathleen Dang. I'm an e-learning and instructional design intern, and I'll be presenting today's online course. In today's presentation, we will teach you how to address, manage, and resolve conflicts in any workplace setting. In this presentation, we will review 5 main key points for conflict management. In this outline, we will first talk about addressing conflicts and the common causes of conflicts. Then, we will discuss multiple active listening strategies and different types of effective oral and written communication. And lastly, we will address the role of emotional intelligence in conflict and methods for resolving conflicts. These key points will help you understand the basics of conflict management within your workplace. Through taking and reviewing this course, you should be able to understand different factors of recognizing and managing workplace conflict. This includes understanding the ways to address, manage, and resolve conflicts that arise in your workplace. As the main learning goal of this course, you'll be more comfortable practicing these conflict management skills in any workplace environment, regardless of work experience and skill levels. First, we need to understand what conflict resolution is and why this is important. Conflict resolution is the end goal of any workplace conflict. This is the process of ending a dispute or conflict and reaching a resolution or agreement that all individuals involved can be satisfied with. It's important to reach this end goal as it can build strong and trustful relationships in the workplace. This will also create a safe working environment and a positive, inviting atmosphere so all parties involved feel respected. With our first key point, we will begin with the common causes of conflict. The compiled list includes 8 most common reasons for workplace conflict, which can range from work to personal causes. However, conflicts can arise for a variety of reasons outside of this list. This includes issues stemming from personality differences and poor communication. Additionally, differing work style, work habits, and work and time expectations are also common causes. Lastly, conflicts can also arise from the lack of equal opportunity and unfair treatment of roles depending on the severity of the issues. Now that we have discussed some of the common causes of conflict, we can discuss the overall goal of addressing conflicts. Once we can determine the cause of conflict from either the previous list or the current issue, we want to investigate it and use active listening strategies to determine a common resolution that satisfies all parties. While different factors can determine the severity of the issue, we must have honest conversations and address all perspectives regarding the issue at hand. We've listed some common conflict addressing strategies to meet our goal of compromise and resolution. First, this includes raising the issue early to avoid misunderstandings. It's important to not let issues and emotions sit for too long, and being assertive and speaking openly can help manage conflict. Additionally, it's important to manage our emotions and timing so that we can address conflicts when emotions are stable and do not feel our perspectives. Other strategies include using attentive nonverbal cues, acknowledging criticism, and actively listening to all parties involved, and overall, collaborating to decide preventative strategies for the future. Our second key point will be understanding active listening strategies and why this is important to conflict management. Active listening can overall help conflict as it's meant to help individuals understand and hear another person's perspective and allow all speakers to express their opinions freely and clearly. Active listening is an important foundational skill for allowing others to feel acknowledged. We've listed multiple active listening strategies below that range from emotional, mental, to physical cue strategies. First, some emotional active listening strategies is practicing empathy and compassion so that other parties can see you're fully engaged and are prioritizing their emotions as well as your own. This also includes considering and talking about all feelings and emotions so that it doesn't affect or fuel your judgment. For physical active listening strategies, this includes utilizing various cues like facing the speaker, maintaining appropriate eye contact, and addressing verbal and nonverbal cues to show you're fully engaged. Lastly, the mental active listening strategies can include listening without judgment or deferring judgment when addressing conflict, and being mindful of people's individual space so that you're not overwhelming others or addressing issues at inappropriate times. Our third key point is understanding effective oral and written communication in conflict management. It's important to practice effective oral and written communication whether you're addressing an individual face-to-face, through email, or written formats. Practicing effective communication can help express your thoughts and feelings clearly without being affected by other factors. Some ways to practice this is being attentive to other people and your tone, body language, and emotions, and learning how to be assertive without being too confrontational in both formats. While both methods are strong strategies to address and resolve conflict, both have their own benefits. Written communication allows a person more time to have their message organized, detailed, and presented in a logical order. This also prolongs the time to review grammar, punctuation, and conciseness in their written communication methods. However, oral communication is beneficial because it involves careful wording, nonverbal gestures, tone changes, movements, and visual cues. With all these factors combined, it allows all participants and the speaker to be engaged and actively attentive. Learning how to communicate effectively both ways can improve how you address and resolve conflicts in any setting. Our fourth key point is discussing the importance of emotional intelligence in conflict. While resolving the issue is the end goal, having emotional intelligence will allow you to view the issue from different perspectives. This is important so we understand and consider all points of view. We want to avoid negative emotions of anger, resentment, and fear, and significant compromises on either side of the workplace conflict. Three of the main common types of emotional intelligence in conflict is self-awareness, patience, and empathy. Practicing all three types of emotional intelligence has various benefits. Self-awareness can help you determine your own triggers, biases, and emotions that can contribute to the conflict unconsciously. When addressing and resolving conflict, practicing patience allows you to regulate your emotions and acknowledge valid feelings and opinions that all parties have. Lastly, empathizing with the other person in the conflict can allow you to acknowledge their feelings without any judgment or blame. This is a foundational skill within conflict management in the workplace and can avoid any significant changes or issues. Our last key point is understanding resolutions and compromises. Before we address the types of resolutions, we have to discuss why resolution is important and when it's appropriate and possible in conflict. Resolution allows individuals to collaborate and find agreeable solutions that help all parties involved. However, it requires all parties to listen, understand, and consider all perspectives. It's important to understand when it's appropriate to resolve an issue. This is helpful when everyone has a similar goal, value, or interest. There are 5 strategies that can be used in workplace conflict management. Some options will have more benefits than others, depending on your end goal. The first option is avoiding strategies. This can be beneficial for situations where the relationship's importance and the goal are both low, where avoiding conflict is the best solution. Additionally, competing is a useful strategy when you need to assert yourself and stand up for yourself in unsafe situations. This can be used when a decision needs to be made immediately and is to the benefit of the group. Lastly, accommodation is another tactic when the relationship matters more than the end goal. This can work to de-escalate conflicts if the goal is less important to you. The last 2 strategies for conflict management include compromising and collaborating. Both of these are conflict resolution strategies where an agreement is reached and both parties are often equally satisfied. Compromising requires you and the other person to forfeit some needs to reach an agreement, but can be beneficial as there is an equal agreement between 2 parties. Lastly, collaborating is a strong strategy when both the relationship and the end goal are equally important. This will motivate everyone involved to work together to consider an outcome that meets all needs and emotions. That concludes the various points of conflict management in the workplace. As a summary, we reviewed the following key points below: addressing conflicts and the common causes of conflict, active listening strategies, oral and written communication, the role of emotional intelligence in conflicts, and lastly, understanding resolutions and compromises. As our learning goal and with the completion of this presentation, all students and learners will understand how to manage conflicts in the workplace, whether it's to address, understand, or compromise on issues that arise. You should be more comfortable addressing and resolving conflicts, as well as practicing this in different environments, regardless of your previous work experience or your skills. Thank you for watching our presentation. This concludes our course today, and we hope that this course has given you the foundational skills and understanding to manage and address conflicts within your own workplace. Please review the course as needed, and thank you for watching our course presentation today.